Alright, welcome back guys. In this video we're going to spawn our coins. So you remember in the last one we created this prefab object, and in this one we're going to go ahead, create a new script that will be using that prefab in order to generate coins, and these coins will be falling from the sky. And the idea is that we will create a timer in our coin spawner. So I created a script called coin spawner, and this timer will be executing a piece of code with a set time interval. So this time interval might be 5 seconds, might be 10 seconds. It doesn't really matter because we will be guessing it from the inspector as always. So when the time is up, coins will be generated and they will be falling from the sky, and then player can collect them. And then when the timer is up again, the same thing will happen. So over and over again we will be generating new coins, they will be falling from the sky, and then the player needs to collect them. And then when the timer is finished again, then even more coins will be falling from the sky. So the first thing we need to do is to define this time interval. I mean, what is the time between each spawn? So let's define time between spawns like this. Something else that we need to know is of course which prefab to use. So in our inspector we're going to pass our coin prefab to this script. So therefore I'm creating a variable with the type game object, and I'm going to call it prefab. So we will be passing this prefab that we made in the last video, this one, we will be passing it to our script. And also we need to know how much time we have until the next spawn, but it doesn't need to be public, this is just private. So time to next spawn, like this. And from the beginning, time to next spawn will be just time between spawns. Okay, very good. So the only thing we need to do now is to actually generate the coins. But before we do that, I just want to show you how we can set this prefab object and how we can connect, you know, this right here to the actual script. And so up until now, when we created scripts, we always assigned them to a game object that was on the screen. So for example, we have the jelly right here, and then we assigned the script to the jelly. I mean, in this case, we have a script that is spawning new coins. At least in the future, it's gonna spawn new coins, but we don't really have an object in the game to connect it to. And so Unity has solved it quite brilliantly. And they solved it by introducing an empty object. So you can just right click and you can create an empty object. And let's call this one coin spawner. As you can see, we don't really see anything on the screen. Like there's no graphic involved. There is really just like a rotation, a position, a rotation, and a scale, but we're not going to even be using that. I mean, it's not even, this information here is not even relevant for us. The only thing that is relevant for us is the fact that we have this empty object that is called coin spawner, and we can connect a script to it. So we're going to connect our coin spawner to our coin spawner script to our coin spawner object. And as you can see here, we need to specify time between the spans, which is a typo. Of course, it needs to be spawns. Let's see if we can update time between spawns. Yeah, it will update. But let's say we want to have 5 seconds between spawns, and now we also need to give a game object to this. You see, we need to specify the prefab. So we do it by selecting the coin here, by going to coin spawn, and then, sorry, instead of selecting, just click on it and drag it. Don't just click on it. Click on it and then drag directly, because you want to keep this field active here, and then just drop it into prefab like this. So as you can see now, coin is showing up here. And once again, let me show it to you once again. If I remove this so that I don't have anything as my prefab, click on the coin prefab that we created in the last video and then just drag it. So do not click like this, because then the inspector will change. Instead, just click without releasing and drag it there. Okay, so now we have 5 seconds between spawns and we have the coin prefab connected to the code. Let's execute this and see. Let's see, we have an error. An error is the name. Oh, yeah. So let's see. Of course, now that we changed this, we also need to correct this one. Good. And now we have time between spawns here. And also prefab is correct. Let's set this to 5. And let's run it. Let's see if everything works. Yes, it does work. I mean, obviously nothing has happened yet. We don't see any coins on the screen. But the good thing is that now our prefab is connected to the variable. And everything is working fine. So I don't want to make this video longer. Instead, I want to come back in the next video. And in the next video, we'll be using our prefab right here. And we'll be using our time between spawns. And we will be creating a timer so that we can use this prefab in order to generate coins when the timer is up. And then we just restart the timer again. So I'll see you guys in the next video.